Hi there, Zam here for NerdTube. Now, Korean television shows and movies are knocking out the football stadium, and I say football stadium because if I said park, that would be a bit too Koreanish. So, knocking out the football stadium simply because when you have shows like Train to Busan, Parasite, which won Oscars, and the viral sensation that was Squid Game, and now this show too, it makes you wonder when we're going to get a dud. They're a bit like Pixar in the early days, Korean cinema is. Everything's just absolutely fantastic. I'm sure something from Korea will end up being really shit at one particular point, but let's just hope it doesn't because we don't want shit, do we? We want good stuff, and right now you can rely on the Koreans to give you good stuff, and the Silent Sea is excellent stuff. In a dystopian future, water is running out. Our oceans are dry, fish are no longer in existence anymore, and kids don't even know what swimming is because they've never experienced it. So when an adult talks about swimming, it's like, huh, what's that? Now, the answers to our problems might be on the moon, funnily enough. There's a moon base that has been deactivated for the last 5 years. There were people on this moon base, but nobody's heard from them in 5 years. Now, this motley crew of people next to me, they are going to this moon base to get some answers and bring back some classified information. Now, the moon has water on it, and the water is absolutely deadly. If you drink it, it doesn't poison you, it drowns you. The water multiplies because when it touches living cells and shit like that, it multiplies, and then you yourself become some sort of like human sponge, and you just start drowning. And there's some amazing scenes of certain characters, from this lot here who end up drowning within themselves, like they're like vomiting water. It's absolutely crazy. We also have a Newt like character from Aliens. You remember Newt from Aliens? If she was the alien herself and she was going around bumping people off, that's what Newt would be in this show. And that's kind of interesting too. She also happens to be a clone because we find out the scientists on this space station, this moon base, so to speak, who are all dead, by the way, they're not really as cool as and nice as we thought they were. They're kind of very callous people who have got loads of clones of these young 12, 13 year old girls. They experiment on to see if this deadly water will finally work on one of these girls, but they, just doing tests, and eventually this particular girl, and her name is Luna, the water doesn't kill her. If anything, it regenerates her. It's actually the best thing that could ever happen to her, and she kind of becomes a little bit fish-like as well, which is a bit weird. Now, as we have a massive group of people here, you can imagine that some of these guys are also antagonists in their own right. There's a couple of spies, a couple of bad guys here, and they're going to be doing some skullduggery too. I mentioned aliens regarding Newt, and definitely there's some other alien callbacks as well when it comes to that, that thing that tracks movement and stuff like that. Even somebody gets given, remember when Hicks gave Ripley that watch that's a tracker and stuff like that, and then Ripley gave that watch to Newt. You get one of those moments as well. It's absolutely bizarre. But regardless, of the callbacks to aliens, I think it's more of a homage than anything else because there's a lot of originality in this show, and I very much appreciated the originality of the show. It looks absolutely great. Most of the show is set on the moon, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Backstabbing, skullduggery, twists and turns, it's all there, and I do recommend it. This show has become very popular in a short space of time. Some of the reviews I read was knocking this show out the park. It's been getting like a 4.6 out of 5 on Google right now, which is also very good. So yeah, you gotta watch this because, as I said earlier, the Koreans, they can't do any wrong. But let me know what you think of this show. Do you think it's absolutely fantastic? I do. The ending was a bit weird, by the way. Just let me just quickly cut to that. The ending was a little bit weird, but fair enough. I'll give it a pass on the ending. But regardless, I had a great time watching this. I binged all 8 episodes in one day. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to leave. Oh, excuse me. Leave a comment below and like, share, subscribe to NerdTube. We are the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Bye bye.